thank you for tuning into Couchbase's new customer interview series, Leaders of Innovation, where we will speak with industry leaders about their company's transformation. I'm Ravi Mayuram, CTO here at Couchbase. To kick off the series, I will be speaking with Madhav Mekala, who leads the mobile app development at PepsiCo, to talk about modern applications, technology trends in the digital transformation era, and the role cloud and edge plays in Pepsi's business. To get us going on this one, let me welcome Madhav Mekala, Director of Mobile Development at PepsiCo, who I'm really honored to have with me today to talk about their digital transformation journey and all the exciting work that they have done. Welcome, Madhav.
Thank you, Ravi.
Madhav, give us a little bit more introduction about yourself and the role that you play, and with a view of all the exciting stuff that you're doing there.
Yeah, definitely. As Ravi said, I'm Madhav Mekala. I lead the mobile development in Pepsi Foods North America, which is basically for the Quaker and Frito-Lay brands. So we have a large frontline, about 30,000 users who work in the stores. So those are our sales organization, and I build solutions to support all of the salespeople, whether it is people who are going and placing orders or merchandising in the shelves, or their leaders who are managing them and selling them in the stores. So it's primarily mobile development to solve all the sales teams' problems.
Fantastic. So Madhav, this has been an exciting journey that we have been together with you, and I would like you to take us to the beginning a little bit and give a sense of what got you guys started on this modernization journey, and a little perspective of the technologies that are shifting and the tipping point that got you guys to make this very important move.
Yeah, we have primarily been in on-prem development from long back, but about 5 years back, we started this whole digital transformation journey. Our CTO came in and laid the foundation for some of the digital platforms, being for a microservices platform, a data analytics platform, a commerce platform, IoT, so that we can bring solutions onto the cloud and rapidly develop them. So again, we still have a significant footprint in our legacy or in our on-prem.
Yeah.
And as we are developing new ones, we are exclusively developing on the cloud and slowly bringing some of the existing ones also onto the cloud. Again, it is paying off a lot to be on the cloud, to be able to scale up and down and use the modern technologies.
Fantastic. When I started to hear about the problem that you guys were trying to sort of solve out there, to me it felt like already you guys were like a modern application. You had stuff on the edge, sort of large scale deployments, and it felt pretty modern in terms of what your sort of field reps were actually doing. I mean, from that perspective, you already had a device on the edge, and at the edge working with stuff which is sort of in the cloud as far as they're concerned, in your own data centers at that point. But the move to the cloud, and notwithstanding, you guys had already sort of looked modern to me. What was the tipping point that caused you to sort of look this deep and start with this whole platform modernization journey?
Yeah, so the device we had was from almost 15 years old, a Intermec device, which has Windows 6.0 running on it.
Yeah.
Again, it had all the functions. And when our sales reps goes into stores, they should be able to function a lot of things in the stores, whether it is delivering the order, cutting the invoice, ordering for their next visit. And there are a bunch of other things that they do in the store, including selling. So they need to have all the information at the tip of their hands to be able to complete all that. So that old device was working fine, but it had a 3G capability. So it uploads using 3G, which was decommissioned earlier this year.
Right.
So that was one of the primary motivator to move to a newer iPhone-based solution.
Right.
But we have been trying to move to a modern solution even before that.
Right.
And then this 3G was a big tipping point.
Mm-hmm.
But we also are building a lot of, as I said, the digital platforms. So all the backend was already modern. So now we had to go on the journey to modernize the edge as well as part of this journey.
Lovely. Now, your decision point to sort of use Couchbase as part of the solution, since you've attempted in the past and you already had a solution in place, what were those differentiating sort of features that you were looking for that made you, that Couchbase sort of provided, which made it your logical choice to use this as the sort of the database at the edge to as part of your modernization?
Yeah. So initially, when we were working on the commerce platform, that's when we were looking at all the databases out there to see which one fits our needs, which will be able to process a lot of transactions, which has modular architecture so that it's flexible from a development and operations perspective. So we were looking at all of those and went through comparison of multiple databases out there.
Yeah.
And then that's where we chose Couchbase as our database that provides the modular architecture is one of the things we got drawn, and pure JSON based nickel queries that we can do. So we don't have to worry about, does this have joins or not, or do we have to architect the data in a different way? So it solved a lot of problems from the speed. Again, it's a memory first database, all the speed, everything. So that's where the commerce platform we built was based on Couchbase. And then we exposed a lot of APIs for a lot of applications. But the next step that we did was build the Sales Hub Plus application, which is our sales application for all of our reps, which needed offline capability. That is like our number one requirement, because our reps go into the stores. A lot of stores are metal roofs. They don't have any connectivity inside them. So we need a good sync engine. And that's where, even for the sync, we looked at multiple options, including building our own. But with Couchbase Sync Gateway, with a lot of function, the sync capability is already in place. And after some POCs, we decided on that. So we are using both these backend Couchbase, again, for reliability and the fastness and all. And for the synchronization, there is literally nothing else that compares with Sync Gateway right now.
Yeah, it's a very important point that you make, that once you have to solve all the scale, performance, and low latency problems on the main commerce platform, the way we think is that how do you extend that all the way to the edge? Because that's where the interactions are happening. That's where the engagement is happening. And so we solved a whole bunch of problems of data divergence, conflict resolution, which is all part of the same sync, which is part of the sync gateway, which is what you would have to otherwise go and build, which are deep problems in eventual consistency and so replicated database design. And by having done that, I'm assuming that it also simplifies your portion of the architecture in terms of what you have to build on top, instead of you having to build many of that stuff. You can leverage this database, and otherwise allowed to have a whole bunch of mobile backend as a service and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. So in one sense, what you're saying is that, as part of one of the considerations was how can edge be core part of your architecture, and that was enabled by this platform, and that was a significant reason for you to sort of choose Couchbase as the data platform for these field services modernization as well.
Absolutely. So again, because we live on the edge, right? All of our revenue comes from our reps, as I said. We account for about $20 billion of revenue, but this one application brings in about $18 billion. So it needs to be very accurate, because it's cash register of the company. So we cut invoices from this application, which is how we get paid. So this application is like our topmost priority one application. And when we looked at what is the right architecture for this one, which products will support our edge strategy, definitely that's where Couchbase came into picture. And now we are building a leader application, an iPad-based application. And the same thing, offline is one of our requirement, and also data sharing and a lot of other similar requirements. And we're leveraging Couchbase Sync for that as well.
Fantastic. It's one of, like you said, most mission critical, business critical applications. And like I said, it's a priority one application, and the levels of guarantees and both in terms of data as well as your performance has to meet that high bar of business critical enterprise application. And I know the journey. We have been with you on many calls and to make this into production. So I know the effort you guys have put in to take it to this level. Now, please share with us, what are the trends that you're seeing technology-wise that you are sort of as part of this modernization, and leading to what would you be sort of building sort of next, whatever you can share in terms of what are the next exciting stuff that is coming. What are you engaged in?
Yeah, so we are modernizing our entire backend ERP as well and bringing it to the cloud from Pepsi point of view. So I know a lot of times when you look at these blue chip companies, you think, oh, there's not a technology company first, right? But that's something we want to change the perspective, because we are one of the early adopters of a lot of these technologies.
Yes.
And then now we are going into newer technologies like, okay, what can we do with NFC? Or because now our reps have iPhones in their hands.
Yeah.
And then that's like a mini computer, supercomputer. So
Absolutely.
we're trying to see what else we can do and make their lives easier, whether it's NFC tags, AR, VR, all those type of things is where we are trying to focus as we replace the current application. Now we completed the deployment to all the 25,000 users. By the end of this week, we are done. And it's a huge achievement.
Yes.
From our perspective. So now we'll be focusing on the new technologies or newer capabilities that we can bring to the iPhone, and a lot of automation. So we are looking at those kind of things from an edge perspective. And as I said, we are building a brand new leader application, an iPad application that will give a lot of insights to the leaders and better manage the people.
Got it.
From the capability perspective. But from a trends perspective, we are looking at everything that's possible, whether it is a smart shelf that we want to always know the inventory in the stores.
Yes.
So there are a lot of different type streams of work going on. And some of those requires proper IoT or low energy, like BLE devices, always connected and all those.
Beautiful. Fantastic to hear. That's the world we are going to be sort of living in, where we will do everything digital first and then physical next. So these are the sort of applications that will bring us closer to that. And, it's almost like we're going to have, digital doubles of everything, which will tell us the information first and before you actually go to a store to physically to pick up. And, stuff like store modernization all the way from curbside pickup, all that is possible because it completely changes your backend inventory management system. So if you modernize it, you have to bring it to the edge. Only then you can actually modernize those. The classic delivery models have to change. So you guys are really doing some cutting edge work here in terms of modernizing this platform. And with something like, the iPhone as the new platform with this sort of disconnected or occasionally connected database as the basis, you can do a lot of stuff because you can do your modernization can happen at the edge and the data can come to the cloud whenever the connectivity is available, and whatever data needs to come. Not everything needs to be streamed. That way you can save a lot of, a lot more efficiency in network usage and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to a lot more exciting stuff working with you guys to build even more of that digital future that we all want to live in and make it more pleasurable for all of us. Fantastic talking to you, Madhav, and thanks for taking the time. And most importantly, thanks for working with Couchbase and building these exciting applications.
No, again, thank you, Ravi, for all the support from Couchbase. It has been a wonderful journey. There were some up and downs, but you guys always provided the right support. And as I said, we completed our deployment this by this week. So which is a very, very huge achievement for us.
Yes, I totally realize the scale and more the mission critical nature of this. So really glad that we could partner with you and get to this milestone. Looking forward to many more exciting ones in the future.
Thank you. Bye.